Taylor Swift just said yes, and the internet can't stop talking. One Instagram post, a sparkling diamond, and a caption that left fans laughing and crying at the same time. Suddenly, the world's biggest pop star and the NFL's most talked about player are about to walk down the aisle. But here's the thing. This love story didn't start with a romantic sunset or a Hollywood red carpet. It started with something so small and almost embarrassing that nobody could have predicted it would lead here. A friendship bracelet that never reached her wrist ended up becoming the spark for the biggest celebrity engagement of the year. And the way it all unfolded, it's even crazier than you think. On August 26th, Taylor Swift dropped the kind of post that can break the internet in seconds. The caption was pure Taylor. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. Finished off with a firecracker emoji. Simple, witty, and instantly iconic. The photos told the rest of the story. Taylor and Travis stood together in a garden, her hand wrapped around his arm, the ring front and center. Fans zoomed in instantly, and what they found was no ordinary diamond. Travis had worked with Kindred Lubeck of Artifacts Fine Jewelry to design a custom piece, a brilliant cut diamond, bezel set in gold, timeless but bold, much like their relationship. And if that wasn't enough, Taylor added the perfect soundtrack. In the background, her song, So High School, a track about young love, playful romance, and the kind of feelings that make you feel like a teenager again. Lyrics like, "You know how to ball, I know Aristotle," suddenly felt less like metaphors, and more like a snapshot of her real life with Travis. It wasn't just an engagement announcement, it was a love letter to their entire journey. But the wildest part? This entire story began with a moment that almost never happened. Before the Super Bowls, the sold-out tours, and the engagement ring that lit up Instagram, this love story started with something almost laughably small, a friendship bracelet. Back in July 2023, during Taylor's Eras Tour stop in Kansas City, Travis Kelce showed up not just as a fan, but as a man with a plan. Like thousands of Swifties, he made a bracelet, but his had a twist. Instead of a lyric or an inside joke, he slipped his phone number onto it. The idea was bold, playful, and exactly the kind of move you'd expect from an NFL star trying to shoot his shot. But it never worked out. Taylor didn't take meet and greets before or after shows. She had to save her voice for performing 44 songs a night. Travis went home disappointed, admitting later on his New Heights podcast that he was, in his words, a little butthurt he couldn't give it to her. What he didn't know was that his disappointment would spark one of the biggest celebrity storylines in years. Fans ran with it, the clip went viral, and suddenly the rumor mill began spinning. Was Taylor actually going to notice the NFL's most eligible tight end? And just when it seemed like a missed chance, Taylor showed up somewhere no one expected, and everything changed. It didn't take long for those bracelet rumors to turn into something bigger. By late September 2023, the internet exploded when Taylor Swift was spotted in a stadium suite at a Kansas City Chiefs game. She wasn't hiding in the shadows or sneaking through the back entrance. She was right there, cheering in the stands, laughing with friends, and supporting Travis in full view of the cameras. That single appearance flipped everything. Suddenly, it wasn't just a pop star dating an athlete, it was Taylor Swift colliding with the NFL. Swifties tuned into football games they'd never watched before, while NFL fans suddenly found themselves caught up in celebrity gossip. The crossover was electric. From that moment, Swells wasn't just a rumor. It was a phenomenon. Every outing became headline news. In February 2024, when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, Taylor rushed onto the field to celebrate with Travis. Cameras captured the embrace, and fans called it their real-life rom-com ending. Then came June 2024 when Travis walked onto the stage during her Eras tour to join her for I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. The crowd went wild, and the internet confirmed what many already felt. This wasn't just a fling. It was history in the making. But unlike Taylor's past relationships, this one wasn't shrouded in secrecy. Both she and Travis made it clear they weren't hiding. They were proud. For years, Taylor Swift's love life had been defined by privacy, secrecy, and endless speculation. But with Travis Kelce, things felt different. From the very beginning, both of them decided they weren't going to play hide-and-seek with the public. In her Time Person of the Year interview in late 2023, Taylor explained the difference herself. When you say a relationship is public, that means I'm going to see him do what he loves. We're showing up for each other people are there, and we don't care. The opposite of that is you have to go to an extreme amount of effort to make sure no one knows that you're seeing someone, and we're just proud of each other. It was a striking admission. After years of carefully avoiding public displays of affection, Taylor was suddenly spelling it out. This relationship wasn't about hiding, it was about celebrating. And Travis echoed the same sentiment almost 2 years later in an August 2005 GQ interview. He described their romance as organic, despite the media spotlight. "When there's not a camera on us, we're just two people that are in love," he said. From his perspective, the noise didn't matter. They were living their lives together, and that was enough. This balance of fame and authenticity only made fans more invested. It wasn't just another celebrity couple. It felt real, raw, and refreshingly uncalculated. And as their comfort grew, so did their willingness to share even more of their world together, including one unforgettable moment that tied their personal lives directly into Taylor's music career. By 25, it wasn't just about supporting each other in stadiums and on stages. Taylor and Travis had started weaving their lives together in ways that fans never expected. When Taylor was preparing to announce her latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, she didn't choose a press release or a late-night talk show. Instead, she dropped the news right on the podcast Travis shares with his brother, Jason Kelce. It was a move that felt intimate, almost like letting fans peek into their living room, and it showed just how deeply intertwined their worlds had become. On that same podcast, Taylor finally opened up about the infamous bracelet saga that started it all. Her reaction? I was like, if this guy isn't crazy, which is a big if, this is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager. It was part confession, part playful jab, and it confirmed what fans had suspected all along, that one missed moment had set the stage for everything that followed. The story had come full circle. What began as a failed attempt to hand off a bracelet had blossomed into a love story so strong that it was now fueling music, headlines, and a future wedding. And maybe that's why fans can't get enough. Because this isn't just about two celebrities dating. It's about the rare kind of love story that feels both larger than life and strangely relatable at the same time. Not every celebrity couple becomes a phenomenon, but Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce hit a nerve that no one saw coming. And suddenly, their love story was everywhere. Part of it is the collision of two massive worlds. On one side, you have Taylor Swift, the most powerful pop star of her generation, with millions hanging on her every lyric. On the other, Travis Kelce, one of the NFL's biggest personalities, loved for his swagger on the field and his humor off it. Together, they weren't just dating, they were blending music, sports, and pop culture in a way that pulled in audiences from every angle. Then there's the way they framed it themselves. Taylor's caption, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married," wasn't the kind of polished PR line you'd expect from the world's biggest celebrity. It was down to earth, funny, and human. It turned a glamorous engagement into something fans could actually relate to, and the symbolism didn't go unnoticed. The ring wasn't just another flashy diamond. It was something Travis designed himself, a one-of-a-kind piece that felt personal. Even the song playing in the background, So High School, was more than a soundtrack. It was a reminder that even the biggest stars in the world can find love that feels simple, fun, and genuine. All of it combined to create a story people couldn't stop watching. Because at the end of the day, fans weren't just invested in Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce. They were invested in the idea that love could feel magical, even in front of the whole world. And now that the engagement is official, there's only one question left. What comes next for Taylor and Travis? From a friendship bracelet that never found its way to her wrist, to a Super Bowl celebration seen by millions, to a garden proposal that broke the internet, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's love story has unfolded like something out of a movie. It's a story of missed chances turning into second chances, of two very different worlds colliding, the global pop superstar and the NFL champion, and somehow finding a rhythm that feels natural, even inevitable. Fans have watched it all. The shy beginnings, the viral moments, the onstage cameos, the interviews where they couldn't hide how much they adored each other. And now, the sparkling diamond that proves this isn't just a